And a good afternoon to everyone listening and watching on the VHSL network. We are here live at the Siegel Center in Richmond, Virginia for today's boys volleyball semifinal between the Great Bridge Wildcats and the Cosby Titans. We are in for a treat this afternoon. Good to talk to everyone. This is Tim Blank, your play-by-play man. Alongside with me is my color commentator, Taylor Jensen.
Well, it's good to be here in Richmond, Virginia. We're going to have a great set of volleyball matches today, obviously starting off with the boys division. But, again, we were seeing some of these guys warm up here before the match, Tim. And I got to admit, they got some athleticism out here on the court.
I don't think there's any question about that. I think both teams are very, very athletic. You see both sides. There's a good amount of size on both sides. We see that they were giving a lot of good effort in their spikes and in their hits as well. I think that we are in for a treat. We have two games. We have the boys semifinals scheduled for this afternoon. We have for this game, of course, we have this one, Great Bridge and Cosby, and of course, following right after that game will be the second semifinal between between Cox and Freeman. As we see now, the Cosby team is being introduced to the fans. Good set of fans. The Cosby Titans out of Midlothian, Virginia, against the Great Bridge Wildcats out of Chesapeake, Virginia. You see both teams getting introduced right now here at the fantastic Siegel Center, home, of course, of the VCU Rams, who just came off of their first game of the season, first game in the Atlantic 10. As a part of the Atlantic 10, I should say. A loss against the Wichita State Shockers, but at the same time, you know, it's a good start for a new beginning for the Rams themselves.
And VCU losing, obviously, is something that Tim thoroughly enjoys, considering he's a George Mason Patriot alum.
Well, we see both teams greeting each other up at the front. We are moments away from starting this first semifinal here in the AAA boys division. Later tonight, we have the girls semifinals starting at 5 o'clock. It'll be Atlee against Stonebridge. And to close off all the games for the night will be Kellam and Langley. We are excited to bring this here to you live on the VHSL network. And you can see that there's no shortage of intensity on both sides of this team. Man, you just hear that crowd. I mean, that's a concentrated crowd. They're all directly behind us on this one, and we're just about ready to get this one underway. All set to start game one on this one. We see both the Wildcats and the Titans coming up there. We see on the front line for the Titans, we see number 11, Andrew Seidow, and number 12, Nick Drucker. We also see number 18, Quinn Rutledge, one of the co-captains on this team, along with number 10, Dominic Vaca. We also see number 3, Jared Bolano, the LeBaron, or the backline specialist, as I was just taught just a moment ago. So the officials on the floor have the ball in hand. Libero, I was just corrected. And we're getting all set to start right here, and we are set to begin this game. Here comes the spike. There's a good little bump right there. Going up. Good floater over the top of Great Bridge manages to recover, and another floater that time. Good bump and a set. There's the spike. They try to get the block. Comes back over to the right side. Goes through the hands of the blockers, and Great Bridge strikes first.
Great Bridge really getting off to a good start here, guys, communicating very well. Everybody moving on the floor, making sure they've got active feet, and that makes for being on top of things.
There's the spike, but it goes too far, and Cosby ends up getting the point there. So it's an even score right now. Cosby takes possession. There's the spike right there. There's the set. Good spike right there. Another set. Gets the spike over there off of the Great Bridge defenders. Goes down, and Cosby takes the lead here in the first game.
And that was number 12, Nick Drucker there. And he's actually the setter and managed to come away with the kill.
So we see Rutledge. He sets up the serve. Good little pump. Great spike and a terrific block by Cosby. Nice set back that way. Good bump. The spike, it bounces, it goes over top. They're going to rule that one went off of the Great Bridge defenders, so it's now 3-1 in the first game for Cosby.
Yeah, it looked like that was number 12, Austin Vivera there for Great Bridge, just out of his reach, just barely.
Rutledge setting up for the serve. There's the set right there. Good floater fake, but Rutledge right there to set it up. Fakes that one, but unfortunately that was a little too good of a fake, and it faked even his own teammates out, so it falls harmlessly, and Great Bridge gets the point once again.
Yeah, it was intended for Andrew Sideout, but just a little bit of a miscommunication there.
And a good spike that time. That time he was not fooled, so it goes over. It's now 4-2.
Well, Sideout makes up for that last gap on offense, and they come away with a point.
We see Dominic Vaca coming up here for the serve now. And a good dig that time. Great Bridge keeps it in bounds. There's a set and the spike, but it goes out of bounds, and point goes to the Wildcats.
Well, you can definitely tell that Cosby's wanting to go through Andrew Sideout. I mean, he's a 6'4" middle blocker. He's a senior, so you got some veteran leadership in him, and obviously quite a bit of skill level.
There's the serve by Great Bridge. There's the set, gets over. There's the set and the spike. Good block, but it manages to get over the net, and it falls down, and Great Bridge has tied up the first set.
Just like that, it's all knotted up again. They were down 4-1 there for a moment.
There's the serve once again. There's the spike, and good block there by Great Bridge. Good floater right there, but they're going to rule. Looks like that they
Cosby player was over the line.
They're going to rule that one, so Great Bridge gets the point there. There's the serve. Good dig. There's the set. Good spike, but a terrific block there by Great Bridge. Floats that one over. There's the set. There's the spike, and a terrific kill right there by number 30, Timmy Devlin.
Boy, Timmy Devlin got awful hyped after that kill. There was nothing you can do about that. Once he rose up, he knew exactly where he was putting that ball.
Great Bridge really rolling on this one, having won the last five sets. And a good spike that time sends Great Bridge chasing, but they keep it alive. There's the set. There's the spike. Manages to get down. Great Bridge still keeps it in bounds. Holy smokes. There's the set. There's the spike. It lands in bounds. And Cosby gets back on the scoreboard.
Boy, I tell you, these two teams are going at each other early. They are aggressive and absolutely trying to kill that ball.
Neither of these teams have won a state championship in volleyball before, so both are hungry to get to the finals on Saturday night. So we see Cosby now with the serve. Great Bridge keeps it going. Good little high spike right there. Good floater right there.
The player hit the net there, so they're going to rule a point in favor of Great Bridge.
Wildcats now lead 7-5 in the first set. So we see Joe Rogers setting to serve. A good block right there. Good spike, but it falls to the ground.
And these two teams just going back and forth. It's only a 1 point separating the two.
Yep.
And it's still early, lots of volleyball to play, but you can tell they're going to be neck and neck.
Give credit to Tucker Cole on that point right there for the Titans. Good spike that time, and they're going to rule, I'm assuming, in favor of Cosby on that one. So it's all tied up at 7 here in the first set. Good spike right there. Great, Cosby keeps it alive. Good spike, great block there by Great Bridge. Cosby trying to shift it to the other side. Good floater, but a good block. It's going back and forth right now. Here's the spike attempt. Goes off of a Great Bridge player, out of bounds, and Cosby gets the point.
And now Cosby taking the lead. These two teams, like I said, continuing to go back and forth and really play above the net.
Here's the serve there by Cosby. The set. Good spike, but it lands out of bounds, I believe. Yes, it does. It lands out of bounds. Now Cosby has a 9-7 lead here in the first set. There's a serve, and a terrific play right there. Give credit to Will Newland on that one, as we see Cosby reaching double figures. There's the serve by Great Bridge. The set. Good spike, a terrific block up there on the front line. Coming from behind with the block. They managed to get it over. Great Bridge now setting it up for themselves. And another good dig that time. Good floater. But they're going to rule. They are going to rule that it looks like that he crossed the line on that.
A little bit too much spin on the ball, so they're going to call it a lift.
Correction on the score right there. Mistakes on that. It's 9-9 right now, but that right there, and a good spike right there, now makes it 10-9 Cosby.
Both these teams so athletic, really getting off their feet quick.
It's a good serve right there by Cosby. And a good downward spiral, but a great effort there to try to get it over, but nothing doing. There's the serve by Cosby. Great Bridge trying to set it up. Good spike, but a good play right there to keep it alive for the Titans. Now the Wildcats are setting it up. They fake the spike, but a good block that time, but I think it went over the line. So it is now 11-10 Cosby. You see Great Bridge setting up the serve that time. The two liberos managed to get in it together, and a terrific spike that time by Dominic Baca to make it 12-10.
I mean, you can hear when they're making contact with these balls, just the crushing noise that it makes. That just tells you how much power they're really putting behind it. You got to be light on your feet to react to these balls.
Newland serving for Cosby. He gets it across. Great Bridge trying to set it up. Gets it over the net. Cosby now trying to set it up. Good spike that time. Gets through. Andrew Seidel there with the point.
Again, Seidel, one of these guys that they want to go through offensively.
Cosby might be the more fresh team. Midlothian, of course, the closer location than Chesapeake to the Siegel Center. There's the spike by them, but it goes off of the Cosby players and goes out of bounds. Great Bridge gets the point there. Great Bridge now will get the serve back. That'll be Daniel Patterson with the serve. He sets it up over here to the far side. Cosby gets it over the net. Great Bridge sets it up, and a terrific finisher by Zach Quidley. Cuts the lead now down to 1. It is 13-12 here in the first game. Served by Great Bridge. And there's the spike, and a good effort by the libero, but it goes over towards our heads. Cosby extends their lead back to 2. Cosby with the serve, gets it up. Great Bridge trying to spike, terrific block on the front line by the Titans. Gets it across, but nothing doing on that one. That one will go to Cosby. It's now 15-12.
Cosby really trying to pull away here in this first set.
They want to take the momentum early in this one. Good little hit over the net, but Cosby ready for it. They set it up. There's the spike, gets across, comes back across. Now here comes Cosby again. Gets it down in front of the face. A little finesse rather than power that time, and it gets them a 4-point lead.
And you just touched on it. They want to steal momentum. Volleyball is such a game of momentum. If you can steal it, you have an advantage.
Oh, and an unfortunate serve that goes off of the net, gives a free point over to Great Bridge and gives them control. Great Bridge now wants to try to get some momentum back here. It's 1st to 25 in this one. You have to win by 2 games. There's the spike by Cosby. Great Bridge sets up, goes for the return, and Great Bridge just said, if you can do that, I can do that. Now it's a 2-point game once again. Setting up the serve. Cosby setting up, gets the spike. Terrific work right there. Nick Drucker.
And boy, Nick Drucker, that's the 3rd or 4th time we've seen him just wind up and crush a volleyball. And his kills are impressive.
Certainly are. As we see setting up is Dominic Vaca for the serve. Gets it across. And the return went out of bounds, and the libero let it go out of bounds. Cosby now has a 4-point lead again. Here's a serve by the Titans. They get it across. Greatbridge sets it up, gets the spike, and it gets through, lands in bounds, and they get the point and possession.
We're back to a 3-point game here. So Greatbridge not out of reach to take this first set.
Not at all. We see Greatbridge, a little more of a finesse serve that time. Good set to keep it away from the defenders. But I think that one might have gone out of bounds, and it did. So point goes to Greatbridge. 18-16 our score here in the first set. Good set, but the spike hits the net and falls down on their side. Greatbridge draws to within 1.
Boy, when Nick Drucker gets in the air, everybody's watching.
There's the serve by the Wildcats. Bad possession right here. It's coming over our way. Cosby keeps it alive, though. Greatbridge setting up for the spike, and he hits it right there. Holy cow. And we have a timeout. And we have a timeout on the court. 18 all here in the first set. I mean, I'm already just very impressed with how both of these teams are playing so far in this game, Taylor.
Well, the momentum just keeps swinging back and forth. And like you said, whoever can manage to take momentum early has a real advantage. But right now, there's really nothing given. As soon as you think Cosby's taking it, Greatbridge comes in and vice versa. So neither one of these teams has really been able to pull away and go on a big run here, and that's something you desperately need, especially at this phase of the postseason in this season.
So we got 18-18 here, about 20 seconds left to go here in the first timeout. See them coming back out onto the floor. Greatbridge setting up here for the serve. There's a serve by Greatbridge. Cosby trying to set things up. And it's going to go out of bounds outside of the pole. Greatbridge takes the lead here, 19-18 in the first set. There's a serve by Greatbridge. Cosby trying to get points back. Terrific block on the front. Give credit right there to Austin Vivera and Timmy Devlin. Greatbridge finds itself 5 points away from winning the first set. Cosby trying to get some momentum back on their side. They get it over. That time it gets over and down. Cosby gets the point and they draw back to within 1.
And you could hear right there some of the Cosby fans screaming for a side out, meaning they want to get possession back and try and retake control of this set.
They need some control here as Cosby serves. Sets it back up. Greatbridge trying to go for the spike. Good block, but they managed to get the return over back. And that time they didn't avoid it. That's Will Newland there, and we have just tied this set up at 20. All here between Greatbridge and Cosby here in the first set of the Virginia Boys Volleyball Semifinal on the VHSL network. There's the serve by Cosby. They bump it up a couple times. They set a great block on the front line.
The ball goes out of bounds, though, so now Greatbridge is going to get the point. And that's the thing. You can get a great block, but if that ball still sails out of bounds afterwards.
Just an unfortunate break there for the Titans. They know that time is not on their side. Here comes the spike attempt. But they're going to rule that the Greatbridge block went out of bounds there, so it works both ways.
Well, the score right now is very indicative of the matchups of these two teams.
These two teams very even with one another. There's the serve, and it goes off of the Cosby player. Greatbridge gets the point. They're 3 points away. They set it up. There's the serve. Titans trying to get some momentum back. They get it over. Greatbridge trying to set it up for themselves. Good finesse. The libero manages to get it over. Spike attempt. It gets over, and it goes in there. And Cosby ties this up at 22.
And remember, you got to win by 2 points to take the set.
We could be here a while if this first set is any indication. Cosby gets it across. Good spike, but a terrific block there by the Titans to keep it alive. Great bridge. Gets it over, but it goes well out of bounds. Cosby with the lead.
And actually, that's going to be Great Bridge taking the lead. They're calling a tip there on Cosby, so
my mistake
just
on
grazed
that.
The fingers.
23-22, Great Bridge and Cosby at the moment, and we have another timeout on the floor. Cosby taking the timeout once again.
And both of these teams' hitters are defining the term vertical leap. Just watch how high these guys can jump when they are about to kill the volleyball, and your jaw will drop.
I mean, who says volleyball is for girls? I mean, this is a very good showcase of two very athletic teams here in the first set.
One thing's for sure, I'm not going to want to put myself in front of some of these balls that are getting hit.
I think that goes for the both of us, Taylor. I think I'd be probably going to the trainer's room if that was the case. Great Bridge with the serve. There's the setup right there. Cosby gets it back over. Great Bridge now trying to set things up. There's the spike, but a good block there on the front line. Great Bridge keeps it alive.
They're going to call a double there, so when you set the ball, you cannot have that much spin on it.
So it's 23-all here in the first set. Very even game here. There's Great Bridge trying to set things up. They get it over. Cosby now with the momentum. Oh, man, no, they're going to rule that it was just in. I guess that the poles are considered out.
Yeah, the poles are considered out, and if it touches the pole or anything like that, that's a point for the other team.
Game point coming up here for Great Bridge. Cosby trying to keep this one in their stead. Great Bridge keeps it going. They set it up. Manages to just get it barely across. Cosby with a good little return right there. Great Bridge sets it over, lands inbounds, and Great Bridge takes the first game.
And boy, that was a play right there. That takes some peripheral vision to be able to focus on hitting the ball and then seeing that spot in the back corner. And that was impressive play there by Great Bridge. So they're going to take the first set, and with that comes the momentum.
No question about that. So just you look at that. If this first set is any indication, we are in for a treat in this one. We're going to go ahead, step aside for a quick break on the VHSL network. Great Bridge takes the first game 25-23.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
And we're back here on the VHSL network. About a few moments away from starting game 2 of this VHSL boys semifinal. And as we see right now, we have the Great Bridge Wildcats up 1-0 after just a terrific first game on the part of the Wildcats. And we see both teams have swapped sides, so Cosby will be on the right side and Great Bridge will be on the left side.
Well, coming into the second set, one thing that you can say is the second set is always a must-win, because for the team who won the first set, that gives you a chance to go up 2-0, and that means you only got to win one more. But if you're the team that's down, you do not want to go into this 2-0 hole and have to win 3 straight sets. That is very tough to do, and you rarely see that, but it does happen. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this second set if Cosby can manage to dig themselves out of an early hole.
They certainly want to do that. There's no question about that one. So we see them setting up right here. So we see, of course, we should mention that they only get 2 timeouts per game here to start things off. So as we see, both sides now have officially switched. I mean, you got to give credit to these folks. They probably got up early this morning to come all the way up here from Chesapeake. That's not a short drive from Chesapeake to Richmond. That's at least 2 hours, depending on what the traffic is down there in the Tidewater area.
And you know some of the students that traveled to Lebanon, I mean, they're getting out of school today and everything. That's always a good thing when you're a student. Right now they're trying to sort out their rotation before this set gets started.
See them all setting up so far. We know that this is going to be a very important game. Cosby cannot afford to find themselves down 0-2. We see them coming in right now. Rutledge is going to serve for Cosby to start off the second game. Great Bridge now with a 1-0 lead overall. It's a best of 5, so the first 1 to 3 wins. There's the serve. Great Bridge setting up right there. Good spike, but it goes off of the net that time. Cosby takes the first point.
And boy, you see Andrew Seidow just giving the shake of his head, saying, "Not in my house."
As we see them setting up right there. Cosby serves. There's the setup. Spike over, but Cosby keeps it alive. And a good finesse right there, but the libero manages to dig it out and keep it alive for Great Bridge. There's the spike for Cosby. Now they bring it back over here. Great Bridge gets it over the net. The libero manages to make it. What a rally we got going on right here. There's the set and the spike, but a good block there by both players, and it goes to the ground. Cosby takes a 2-0 lead.
That's a good start there for Cosby. Definitely want to jump out to an early lead against Great Bridge because Great Bridge can make comebacks.
There is the play right there, and they're going to rule that one went off of the Cosby player. So it is 2-1 Cosby over Great Bridge here in the second game. You see the fans trying to distract the Great Bridge server. Goes out of bounds. They're going to rule it went off of a Great Bridge player, so it's 3-1.
Great start for Cosby. They're going to keep building on this.
They need to make sure that they don't let this one get away. They were up as many as 4 in the first game before letting that slip away from them. Of course, both teams have never won a state championship in volleyball before, and Great Bridge manages to get the point there after it slips past Rutledge.
Got a quick set and a kill there. Cosby just did not seem ready for it on the defensive end.
See Great Bridge setting up for the serve. Gets across. Gets up. Here's the set for Cosby. Gets across. Now Great Bridge setting things up, but Cosby keeps it alive. Good floater right that time. It goes backwards a little bit. But Great Bridge keeps it going. Cosby keeps it going as well. Good spike, but a terrific block. And it gets back over. That time the block is not as lucky, and Great Bridge ties it.
And just like that, tie game again. Seems to be a trend here with Great Bridge, getting into a hole and then climbing right back out of it.
No questions there. We see Cosby trying to return the serve. And a block that time. It's going to be an interesting ruling on this. They rule the point to Cosby. That was a little bang-bang. It happened so fast I wasn't sure what side of the net it landed on. Here's a serve by Cosby. It keeps going backwards. Great Bridge manages to keep it alive, and they get it back over. Cosby gets it across, and it's going to fall out of bounds. Cosby takes a 5-3 lead. We should mention that even though that the white lines is where the volleyball court is, don't think that that's the only place where they can go. They can go anywhere on this floor. There's a serve by Cosby, and I believe it landed out of bounds, so a missed opportunity right there.
Still an awful close game. It's really too close to say which team really has an upper hand here, even though Great Bridge is up 1-0.
And that time, Great Bridge sailed that serve, so it's now 6-4. There's the serve by Cosby.
Great jump serve.
And it gets over to the Cosby zone. And no, they're going to say what?
It's a double.
A double.
So now Great Bridge is still hanging around this 1-point deficit. See if they can even it up here.
There's the serve this time, and he floats that one out of bounds. So Cosby gets the point and possession. It's now 7-5 here in the second game.
Great Bridge really struggling to put that ball into play off the serve right now.
Good serve right there. And a good block that time by Cosby, but it goes out of bounds. Great Bridge gets the point.
We'll see if they can keep this serve in play. They've had 2 straight where it did not stay in play.
There it is right there. Cosby setting things up. Good floater that time. This one gets across. It's going to rule that it was, I guess, tipped by the libero.
Or it was in.
No, they're going to rule it in, so Cosby gets the point.
Or correction, no. They're going to rule it was out, so Cosby will get the point.
There's the serve right there. Oh, they tried to fake it, but that time it didn't happen.
Just got a little too out of his reach. Looks like the set was a little too high.
9-6 Cosby over Great Bridge here in the second set. Oh, but that one goes over, hits the net and comes back. Great Bridge gets the point.
So 9-7 here in this second set.
Great Bridge serves. Good spike right there. Great Bridge keeps it alive. Floats it over. Gets that one over. Gets across, and that one hits the pole, and Cosby gets the point. They are back up 10. Back up 3, I should say. Rutledge with the serve. Gets this one up and across. Good block there by Cosby. They rule that one a double. Cosby up 4 now, 11-7, and it's a timeout for Great Bridge.
Seems like the trend from the first set is carrying over here. 4-point deficit. Some costly mistakes here by Great Bridge, and Cosby's capitalizing on them.
So just absolutely fantastic work by both sides in this game so far. I think that both sides, they can lay equal claim to this game so far, to the momentum. I mean, it's been shifting back and forth so far the entire game.
Yeah, it really has, and it seems like Cosby's taking a lot of the wind out of the sails from Great Bridge this set. That was huge to take that first set away from Cosby, but now it just seems like they're struggling to really rack up any points on this tough Cosby defense. Cosby's really kind of woken up here.
And we see Rutledge setting up to serve for Cosby. There's the setup. They're going to rule that it hit the line, and Cosby gets an ace, and they go up 5. So the ruling is that Rutledge managed to hit the line on that. And here he comes again. Can he do it again? Not this time. Great Bridge floats it over, but Cosby's ready right there to get it. Sets it up over on that side, but a good block there on the front line. Zach Quidley and Matt Popelka both get the block right there to cut the lead.
That was sorely needed from Great Bridge.
There's a serve by the Wildcats, and a bad exchange right there. And Great Bridge cutting into this Cosby lead again.
These fans are really starting to get into it. It's getting a little chippy.
There's the serve over to the other side, and a good kill on that end. Terrific work there by Dominic Vaca.
And boy, you look over to our left side. Some of these Cosby fans, they came out in full force.
13-9 our score here in the second set. Good floater that time, but it goes out of bounds, and Cosby takes the point.
And that was the right idea there by Joe Rogers, just trying to get a little tip over the net. But just put a little too much mustard on it. Sailed right outside.
There's the serve. And I don't know what that call was.
Yeah, I didn't see what the ref signaled that it was.
I think maybe they may have been out of formation or something. Or maybe that they hadn't done a rotation. They set it up right here. Vaca gets it across. Gets the dig, but and a good effort on this side to try and dig it out, but nothing doing.
It was a great effort there.
16-9 right now between Cosby and Great Bridge. And here comes Vaca with the serve. Once again, he gets it across, sails that one out of bounds, and Great Bridge gets the point and possession.
Showing off a little muscle there on that serve is what we'll give it credit to, because that was a line drive.
Cosby doesn't want to give any momentum back. They did that in the first game, and it cost them. There's the set. Good spike. Gets through the block and in.
I think it's safe to say the Titans have been woken up.
Tucker Cole there with the kill. Excellent work on his part. We see Andrew Sydow setting up for the serve on this end. Gets this one across. Cosby has it set. There's the spike. Manages to get down to the ground. And they're going to rule that it hit the floor, so it's now 18-10. Cosby starting to run away with this one.
Yeah, Great Bridge seems a little rattled this set.
Side out with the serve. And a good fake spike that time. Great Bridge gets the point and possession.
I think that Great Bridge there was a little fortunate. That was number 2, Zach Quidley. He was hoping to kill the ball, but the set was a little high, but he still managed to get it over.
There's the set this time by Cosby. Little miscommunication there, but it looks like it worked. There's the spike, but Cosby ready for it. Managed to get over. Now Great Bridge has control. The spike attempt right there. Cosby keeps it alive. Now Great Bridge has it once again. Good spike that time. Cosby again keeps it alive. Rutledge gets it across. Another fake spike that time, and it's going to land inbounds. Great Bridge gets the point after a long rally.
Yeah, that was a great play there from Great Bridge to see that opening in the back.
There's the serve by Great Bridge. Cosby setting things up. Great Bridge now with control. There's the spike and a good block at the front line.
And
Bill Newland.
I am really impressed with this blocking from Cosby this set. They're not letting anything through.
19-12 is our score here in the second game. Good serve that time, but it's not going to get across. Cosby now at 20.
Yeah, this one's really getting away here from Great Bridge.
There's the serve by them, but it goes out of bounds. Great Bridge gets point and possession. 20-13 our score. There's the serve for Great Bridge. There's the spike right there, and Newland with the kill.
Boy, Will Newland just playing like an absolute man. It's got to be the beard.
Has to be the beard. Gotta love a young man that's got facial hair that works out that hard. There's the serve, but it doesn't get enough air on that one. Great Bridge gets point in possession. There's the serve by Great Bridge. And it goes off of the server for Great Bridge, and it's now 22-14.
Just 3 more points for Cosby to take this second set and even things up.
Make it a best of 3. And that one gets away from Great Bridge, but they manage somehow to keep it in. And that one goes off of the foot, and they're going to rule that one. They're going to rule that one as a point. A quick little conversation with the Cosby, with one of the Cosby captains. And it just gives possession back over to Cosby off of the foot. There's the serve. No, they ruled that one a double. 23-14.
A lot of mistakes here in this second set from Great Bridge.
There's the serve that time. Great Bridge trying to get something going here. But he gets that one away from him. Cosby now 1 point away from taking the second set. You can hear
all momentum is going with the Titans at the moment.
See Newland with the ball, getting set to serve. Here he comes. At the jump serve. Great Bridge trying to keep things going. Gets it across, goes out of bounds, and Cosby takes game number 2, 25-14.
Great Bridge needs to keep their heads up. Don't get down yourselves. You still got 2 more sets to win. This game is far from over.
Far from over indeed, but you can't deny that I think at the moment, it looks as though that the Titans have momentum on their side, as we have an even series out here between the Cosby Titans and the Great Bridge Wildcats. 1 set apiece here. So we are going to go ahead and step aside for a break here on the VHSL network. We'll be back after this.
1 match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
1 shot.
And we're back here on the VHSL network, set to start game number 3 of this best-of-5 set. The Cosby Titans rebounding after letting the first game get away with them, absolutely running away with game 2 against the Wildcats, 25-14.
Yeah, now both teams, since it's evened up, definitely want to take this 2-1 advantage over the other and just inch their way closer to getting 3 sets won and moving on to the next round of states.
They want to get to that championship game set here for Saturday night. They're setting things up here, getting ready. You can hear the Great Bridge fans over here on the near side. They are certainly excited, and they want to get momentum back on their side. About 45 seconds before we start the second set. I mean, Taylor, so far you got to admit that we've seen terrific jobs by both teams so far this afternoon.
Yeah, and I got to admit, Cosby really seemed to buckle down in the second set and take complete control. And if they can carry that over to this set, Great Bridge could be in trouble.
Daniel Patterson serves for the Wildcats. And just like that, right away, Cosby takes control. And here come the Titans once again. It hits the net, but it gets over. So it's an ace right there by Rutledge to get him up 2-0. Cosby gets it across. But that time, Rutledge can't find the magic. Goes out of bounds, and Great Bridge cuts the lead.
Well, every time the ball is in play, I mean, it's almost guaranteed these teams are going to kill the ball. So the defenses really have to be quick on their feet and be able to return these kills.
There's the serve by Great Bridge. Gets over here to the near side, goes off the net, and to the ground. Great Bridge ties it up.
No, correction. That's going to be the block was with Great Bridge, but the ball went out of bounds, so Cosby's going to get the point.
Indeed, that is the case. It's now 3-1. Greatbridge trying to get something going right there. Good block that time by Greatbridge. But Cosby rebounds quickly to get it going. Greatbridge gets it over. And a great spike right there for Cosby to take a 4-1 lead.
Great start again by Cosby. They've started every set very strong.
We see them coming up right here. There's the serve for Cosby. And they get it over that time and nothing doing. Momentum completely on the side of the Cosby Titans at the moment.
Zach Quidley just couldn't quite get enough on the ball to get it over the net.
They're trying to get something going, but it manages to get over. Greatbridge is going to get the point on that one. Now let's see if the Wildcats can string a couple together here. You see that the Cosby fans have shifted end zones. And a good spot right there. They're going to rule that it was out of bounds. So Greatbridge has the point. 5-3 is the score. Here's the serve by Greatbridge. Gets it up and a good spike that time, but Greatbridge keeps it alive as the ball comes flying at us here.
Having to play a little dodgeball here in front of the microphone.
I have a feeling that's not the first time that's not the last time we're going to do that this weekend.
Oh, without a doubt. With all these volleyball games we're going to be playing or calling.
There's the serve that time by Cosby. Greatbridge gets it over. Nice little finesse play right there.
And again, that was number 13, Joe Rogers. We saw him try that in the last set, and it went out of bounds. This time he gets it down. It is a great heads-up play by him.
There's the serve this time by Rogers. Cosby keeps it alive. It gets low, but Greatbridge keeps it alive. Cosby now has the control. Setting it up. Good spike, but a good return there by the Wildcats. Titans try again. And that time it gets blocked at the front line, and Greatbridge cuts the lead to 1.
And the momentum is starting to shift here in the Siegel Center. Greatbridge putting together a nice few set of plays.
No questions there. They're trying to get something going. It's now a 1-point game here in the third game. Titans trying to set something up. Good spike. Keeps it in bounds. A nice sky ball that time. And they are going to rule that one out of bounds. Cosby takes the point.
So Cosby gets a lucky break there with the ball sailing out of bounds, and they put an end to that run.
There's the hit right there. Cosby trying to get something going there. Good kill attempt right there, and Cosby takes the 3-point lead yet again.
And these Cosby fans over on the right side now are absolutely loving it.
I even see some of the Cosby managers over there on the other side. They are enjoying this as well. Greatbridge skies it back over. Cosby setting it up. There's the set and the spike. And a good defense right there, but it sails out of bounds over here to the near side. 9-5, Cosby over Greatbridge. There's the spike. The serve, I should say. Set. There's the spike and a great block. They're going to rule it inbounds, 10-5. And timeout on the court.
And Cosby takes the momentum right back.
Good rally on the part of the Titans for 5 consecutive points. Cosby showing why they want to win their first ever state championship. Cosby last made it this deep in 2010, where they lost to Ocean Lakes 3-1, and they made the finals in 2009 before getting swept by Clover Hill in the finals. So Cosby has no shortage of motivation to try and end up winning a state championship here.
Both teams are really showing that they belong. Stellar play so far, but Cosby is just taking this game by the reins right now.
As we see Cosby setting up here for the serve, 10-5 our score. Greatbridge with a good return. Cosby with the spike. Newland once again, number 6, showing his stuff today. Somebody had his Wheaties this morning. Titans setting up for the serve again. There's the serve. Great Bridge bumps it. There's the set. No, they're going to rule that one a double. 12-5 now.
Boy, Great Bridge has got to side out here.
And they may get an opportunity to do that. That one flies right into the net, so it's now 12-6.
So now they side it out, and they're going to get a chance to start going on a run of their own.
There's Cosby trying to do the setup right there. It floats, but they're going to rule that it tips off of a Great Bridge defender. It's 13-6. Cosby setting up once again for the serve. There's the serve. Great Bridge with the dig. Now there's the set. They try to spike it, but Cosby keeps it up. But they're going to rule a double on Cosby.
So now it's a 6-point deficit. Great Bridge really needs to climb out of this early.
They need to find some momentum to get back, or they're going to find themselves down 2-1 and needing to win set number 4 as they get possession of the ball back. Good spike. What's the ruling on that one? They're going to rule it out of bounds, and Cosby is going to get the point. They set things up right here. There's the serve. The set. Great Bridge trying to get it going, but he cannot get it over. And you can see a little bit of frustration there on the part of the Wildcats. As they are losing momentum, and they are losing it quick here against the Titans. There's the set. Tried to do a little finesse right there, but that time the blockers were ready. Cosby now with possession. Gets it there, but that time the blockers are waiting, and Great Bridge gets the point.
Boy, that was a great block there by number 5, Matt Popelka. And he's proven that he's a very valuable asset here for the Wildcats today.
Approaching the 2 o'clock hour here in Richmond, Virginia. And a good finesse play there by Great Bridge. And they cut the lead a little bit further right now. They need to get themselves a nice, furious rally going here. And a little spike right there. Not much there, but Great Bridge keeps it alive. But so does Cosby. And
they're going to call player over the line.
They're going to call player over the line. Great Bridge now down only 5. Cosby can't let Great Bridge get any of that momentum back, or else it could be it for them. And Cosby manages to get it over. They're going to rule, I guess, a Great Bridge player over the line.
Yeah, he went over the net there and hit the net, so anytime you do that, it's going to be a point for the other team. Got to stay on your side of the net.
Cosby getting it set. It goes off the top and goes over, still in play. Great Bridge sets it up, puts it right where no one was, and Great Bridge gets the point.
Great Bridge trying to fight back. They really got to get it going here.
They need to get a couple more points here if they really want to consider themselves getting back into this one. The serve for Great Bridge. Gets it. There's the hit. And it goes out. And Great Bridge now down only 4. Here's the serve by Great Bridge. Cosby trying to get something. They get the spike this time. 17-12 now.
And anytime Great Bridge has managed to score, Cosby just answers right back and puts the clamps down on any hopes of Great Bridge getting a comeback, and they really can't afford that this late in the set.
There's the serve by Cosby. Good block right there, but it's going to go out of bounds. Great Bridge gets the point. They're now back down 4. Setting things up. Cosby sets it. There's the spike. And it goes off of it and out of bounds, but that is going to be a point for Cosby.
And Cosby again. Great Bridge scores. Cosby answers right back, not letting any type of run happen.
certainly not letting anything happen on their part as they come up here. Cosby with the serve. Great Bridge. There's the set and the spike, but a terrific block at the front line by Newland. 19-13.
And Cosby can smell this set here.
And that's a timeout for Great Bridge. So that is going to be a timeout on the floor. 19-13, our score here in the third set. It's even between both teams at the moment, but Cosby really trying to capture some momentum going into what could be a deciding fourth set.
And really, depending on how this set goes, this could either make or break the match, because if Cosby wins, it's over. But if Great Bridge can force a fifth set, and again, the fifth set goes to 15, they could manage to squeak this one out. But they've got to put these last two sets behind them and play like they did in set number one, because, boy, they kept it neck and neck the entire time, Tim.
No questions there. I think that's what they want to do. They don't want to let Cosby get back into things here. So we see Cosby getting the serve that time. A good return. They're going to rule that he crossed the line, though. 20-13. No correction. Great Bridge. I think that maybe that was
there was a double.
It was a double. You'll have to elucidate me on that rule going into the next game. There's the serve. Cosby sets it up. Good spike, but Great Bridge keeps it alive. Where does it fall? It falls on the side of Cosby. Great Bridge now down 4.
Man, number 12 for Cosby is Nick Drucker. He is just an all-around athlete.
Here's the serve attempt by Great Bridge, but it hits the net and goes down. Cosby now 5 points away from taking the lead.
You could definitely tell they were wanting the ball to dive after across the net, but it didn't have quite enough height on it to get over the net to begin with.
Gets across, but that one floats over. Great Bridge gets the point.
They're only down 4, and you can make that up quickly in volleyball, but you've got to string together a run, and that's something they haven't really been able to do.
Not since the first game, no. A good floater that time, but Great Bridge keeps it alive. Comes over here to the near side. Way to keep it alive, but nothing doing there. It falls harmlessly to the ground.
And Cosby needs 4 points to take this one.
There's the serve by Cosby. Great Bridge with the set. Tries to float the spike, but Cosby right there to keep it alive. Good spike that time, but that time it doesn't work. But it bounces off of the Wildcat defender. 22-16.
Well, number 30, Timmy Devlin for Great Bridge. He was ready to go up and hit that ball over, but it was lower than he was expecting.
But that one did not go as high as expected. It falls to the ground, so Great Bridge now down 5. They set things up right there. There's the hit. Get ready for the spike, but it goes off of the Cosby defenders. They're going to rule that it went off of their fingertips. Cosby now 2 points away from taking a 2-1 lead. There's the hit. Good serve that time, falls inbounds.
And another great kill there from number 2, Zach Quidley. We called his name a good bit today.
Certainly have, as we set things up right here. There's a serve for Great Bridge. And a good spike right there, but Great Bridge keeps it alive. Good hit that time. There's the spike, and the libero tries to keep it alive, but it goes out of bounds, and it's game point. Cosby with an opportunity to take game number 3.
And you can hear the Cosby coach, Frank Jenkins, telling his team, give it all you got right here. Close this set.
There's the serve by Cosby. Great Bridge getting things all set. There's the floater that time, but not working out. There's the serve. Cosby keeps it alive. There's the set right there. Great Bridge trying to keep things alive. They managed to do it. Cosby trying to win this set right there. goes off, but Great Bridge somehow keeping this one alive. Cosby sets it up. There's the spike. Hits the ground, and Cosby is one set away from reaching the state championship game.
And once again, Nick Drucker coming up big with a hugely important kill there. And they can smell it. Like you said, only one set away from advancing. Pressure's on for Great Bridge.
No questions about that. The pressure is on for Great Bridge. As we see now entering the fourth game here on the VHSL network. Cosby with an opportunity to make it. So we are going to step aside for a break here. We will be back with set number 4 here on the VHSL network.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
And we are back here on the VHSL network entering game number 4 of this boys volleyball semifinal game between the Great Bridge Wildcats and the Cosby Titans. Cosby smelling blood in the water, looking to possibly make it to the state championship game set for Saturday night.
Boy, this set is hugely important for both teams. They cannot afford to go into a hole now because it's going to be tough to climb out of one in this set. You got to try and jump out early and put the pressure on Cosby to close this game out.
So it's going to be an interesting thing to see what happens here in the finals, here in what could be the final set of the first match of 4 games today here on the VHSL network. Tim Blank with Taylor Jensen alongside me. And here come the Wildcats. The pressure is on now. So we see them setting up right now. Cosby, of course, last reaching the state championship game in 2009 when they were swept out. But I think that they may have different thoughts about what might happen this year. And it looks like that Cosby is going to serve to start the 4th set out. You see Rutledge setting things up right there. There's the serve. Great Bridge trying to do it. That's not the kind of start that the Wildcats wanted.
Yeah, they really got to get these mistakes under control because that's really sent them under in the last set.
There's a serve there. That time it goes out, but it goes out of bounds. Cosby with a 2-0 lead.
Cosby out to another quick lead. I mean, this has been a trend. Every set they've jumped out to a quick lead. Great Bridge has got to get that under control, and they do right there.
Wildcats trying to find a little bit of life right here. They know that their season is on the line here.
And look who it was, Zach Quidley on another kill.
See them coming up here to the line. There's the hit. There's the spike. It goes over. But Great Bridge keeps it alive, but they're going to rule a double on that one. Cosby now up 3-1. Here comes the Titans once again. And a good hit that time. Cosby manages to keep it alive, however.
Great hustle by Tucker Cole, but Zach Quidley,
puts that one across, and Great Bridge. No, they're going to rule that one. I think it went out of bounds, so Cosby gets the point on that one, 4-1. There's the floater right there. And a good block that time, and it goes just out of the reach. 4-2 is our score now.
And Great Bridge is not going to go away quietly. If you're Cosby, you've got to bring your A game this set if you want to close it out.
There's the spike right there. The serve, I should say. Good spike that time by Cosby, and it goes to the ground.
And you look at how quick these players have to react to this ball. It is not easy. You really do have to be light on your feet at all times.
There's the serve. Great Bridge trying to get something going here. They keep it in bounds, but now Cosby sets it up. A little floater that time that looks like it faked out most of the front line. Great Bridge returns it, but Cosby is right there waiting. There's the spike. It goes out of bounds, but it's going to rule that it went off of Great Bridge.
Yeah, it just grazed the fingertips of a Great Bridge player. So now Cosby up 6-2. Early lead. They're trying to run away with this one.
After dropping a hotly contested first set, 25-23, Cosby has really taken a stranglehold of the last two sets. And they're going to rule that a double on Great Bridge. So it's now 7-2. Great Bridge, you can kind of see some frustration starting to set in over there. Their season's starting to slip away. And just as I say that, the serve by Cosby ends up going into the net. So it's now 7-3.
And boy, Joe Rogers for Great Bridge is really emerging as a leader for his team right now, constantly picking guys up.
There's the serve right there. Good floater by Newland. Completely faking out the front line. And Cosby now up 8-3. And there is the serve by Cosby. And a good block that time by Newland once again. And again Newland with the block, and it falls inbounds. Newland just showing why he is the man, why he is probably the best player on the floor right now for the Titans. As timeout is called by Great Bridge.
And boy, being down 6 points late in this game is not a position you want to be in as you're trying to even up sets like the Great Bridge Wildcats are. And here we go with Cosby getting the I believe we will win going in.
You just see that going on. I mean, a lot of people may not think that volleyball is that intense, but you see just how these fans are coming here. I think that they would have some words to say about that. Great Bridge trying to get something so that they can get their act together here, because they can feel their season slipping away from them by the second with every mistake they make. Cosby with the serve. Good return that time. And a good return. They're going to rule that it went out and floated out of bounds. Great Bridge got the points.
So here's a chance for Great Bridge to go on a run. This is something they need. We haven't really seen a sustained run out of them since the first set.
They need to get some kind of momentum back on their side to try and force a fifth and deciding set. And a floater by Newland almost lands down there. The dig, though, by Great Bridge does land out of bounds, so it's now 10-4.
Again, they just cannot seem to get a run going.
There's the serve by Cosby. Great Bridge with the return. Cosby now setting up with the floater, but Cosby keeps it alive. The Titans trying to find something. Great Bridge trying to get it going, but Newland's spike hits the net and falls to the ground, and it's now 10-5.
And now you look at the lineup at the front line for Great Bridge, and you think here's a great chance for them to get that run that they need.
They need the run. They need to string together 2, 3, maybe even 4 points, and there's one right there. 10-6 now.
And that's that front line presence we were talking about. That's Matt Popelka there with the block. That front line from Great Bridge is intimidating.
There is the serve by Great Bridge. Cosby trying to get something going, and they're going to rule a point to Great Bridge. So here's that run we were talking about, Taylor.
And again, this is what they needed, and they're responding at the moment.
There's the serve by Great Bridge. The set and the spike. Newland gets it across. They're going to rule a double there on Quigley, so Cosby gets the point.
Now, if Great Bridge can manage to side this out right now, they can get that run and keep it going.
Goes off the top of the net. Great Bridge returns, but now Cosby has the opportunity. Gets the floater right there, and it's going to land. But they are going to, and they're going to rule that I think someone crossed on Great Bridge. There's the serve by the Titans. Titans trying to get something going. The ball goes well out of play. Ball's out of bounds. And Cosby gets the point, 13-7 now.
So Great Bridge went on a run, and now Cosby's responding with one of their own.
13-7 is our score here in the fourth set. Hits the top of the net. It caught Great Bridge out of position. It falls incomplete. They can smell it right now. 14-7 our score.
That was a great break there for Cosby.
Cosby with the serve. Great Bridge returns, and Cosby trying to respond right there. Goes off, and it falls to the ground. Cosby now up 15-7. There's the serve by Cosby. Newland with a little spice on that one. That time it goes out of bounds. The Wildcats searching for a tip ball call, and they are going to get it.
That was huge there for Great Bridge. Managed to get the side out. They've got to get a run here. Still got a pretty good front line and up on the net.
There's the serve by the Wildcats. Wildcats trying to set something up. Good block by Cosby on the front line. 16-8 our score.
That's Andrew Sideout at 6'4". He's making his presence felt.
Cosby with the serve. But a good block but a good kill that time by Great Bridge puts up another point on their side of the scoreboard.
Great Bridge trying to climb back into this game.
And a block that time. They get the point on their end, so it's now 16-10.
And they know if they can take this set, they have a chance to still advance.
Trying to do anything they can to win this set. Cosby gets it across. Great Bridge keeping it alive. They get it back over to Cosby's side. Little floater that time, but not fooling number 13 of Great Bridge. Cosby's trying to set things up right there. There's the spike attempt. Great Bridge returns. A furious rally by both teams. Little floater that time. Oh, and that one is going to land out of bounds. And it's going to be ruled as a tip. Great Bridge gets the point.
And they've cut it to 5. So slowly but surely fighting their way back into this. And boy, if they can get it within 4, that'll be huge.
Cosby trying to close this out and reach the state championship game. Good serve that time, but it lands out of bounds. Oh, but no, they're going to rule that it grazed off of a Great Bridge player, so it's now 17-11. Cosby needing 8 points to advance. Great Bridge sets it up. There's the spike, but a good dig out right there keeps the ball alive for Cosby. They try again. They still keep it alive. This time they float it over, and a good hit this time. Who are they going to rule this to? They're going to rule a point to Cosby, 18 to 11. You can definitely hear the momentum really starting to shift. There's the block that time, but it manages just to sneak its way over the net. Great Bridge gets the point.
They need this run here. It's getting a little too late to allow Cosby to continue to have control.
Oh, and that one, not a lot of momentum over that one, and it falls to the ground harmlessly. Cosby now sensing that this may be their moment. They're looking for something. They're looking for anything. There's the shot. Floats out of bounds, and Great Bridge gets the point. They need to get on a run right now if they're going to stand any chance of extending this match any further. There's the bounce over that way. Cosby with the hit. They're going to rule that that one went out. Great Bridge gets the point.
Back to 5 points. Zach Quigley up to serve.
Quigley gets the serve across as Cosby tries to get something going. Great Bridge keeps it alive. They get it back over for Cosby. And it's out of bounds. They rule the point over to Cosby, 20-14.
And Great Bridge is making the right plays, but they're just sometimes putting a little too much on it.
That could be just the adrenaline, just putting a little much on that. There's the hit right there, and it floats out of bounds, 21-14. Cosby now 4 points away from reaching the state finals.
Here's a timeout from Great Bridge.
Timeout by Great Bridge on the court. So this is really where you gotta wonder, what do you say in a situation like this if you're the Great Bridge head coach? Right now, Cosby just finding every which way possible to end up winning some games. And now they find themselves 4 points away from reaching the state finals.
And Great Bridge coach Michael Salzer trying to come up with some kind of strategy for his team to make a miracle comeback here. They will have to go on an 11-point run here to get to 25. Cosby's only got 4 to go.
Here comes Cosby with the serve. Good return that point. Great Bridge trying to keep themselves in this one. Cosby sets it up. Good block there by Great Bridge. Rutledge now with the hit attempt. That time it gets across. It gets over the net, falls down, and Great Bridge is going to get the point.
Boy, Austin Rivera getting excited over there with that kill. There's no quitting him, I'll tell you that right now.
No questions there. No one is quitting on this Great Bridge team. Here's another little floater that time. That time it lands in there. Great Bridge does it again.
That's 2 kills by Rivera. He's getting his fans into it.
They are certainly trying their hardest to stay in this game. They've gotten the last 2 points. Can they keep this momentum going? Fans are starting to get a little rowdy in here tonight. There's the hit across. That time it goes a little bit bounce out over there. Great Bridge has the opportunity. There's the spike attempt. Goes out, lands out of bounds. That's 3 in a row for Great Bridge.
And boy, they've needed this one for a while now. And they couldn't have come up with one at a better time. And we got a timeout.
Timeout Cosby. So we feel the momentum starting to shift somewhat as Great Bridge has come on a rally here to hit the last 3 points.
And we talked about how this game of volleyball is a huge game of momentum. And if you can manage to get that on your side, then you're going to be sitting pretty. And Cosby's had it for the last 2 sets. Now, if Great Bridge, they seem to be slowly stealing it here. If they can take full control of this set and force a 5th, they may actually be able to carry that momentum into 5 and steal one.
Cosby, of course, not wanting anything to do with that. They want to find some way to end up getting this one back in there to get to the state finals on Saturday night. There's the spike attempt right there. Great Bridge keeps it alive. They're going to rule a double on Great Bridge. Cosby will get the ball back. 22-17 now the score. Great Bridge trying to find it. They got to get the ball back if they want to stand a chance. They're going to rule that it landed out. No, but they're going to give the point over. They're going to rule that the block landed out on the side of Cosby, so now it's back down to 4. Great Bridge trying to keep that momentum going. Newland gets the spike, but Great Bridge somehow keeps it alive. Rutledge gets it across. It hits the ground, and Cosby is now 2 points away from reaching the state finals. You can just hear the fans just really getting on their feet and cheering loud here at the Siegel Center. And it lands. They're going to rule that it was a graze off of Cosby, so Great Bridge gets the point.
Yeah, that was the right call there. As much as the Cosby fans are not appreciating it.
Here they come right now. Great Bridge trying to do anything. They sail the serve attempt, and now it's match point. It's now match point for the Titans. A trip to the state finals on the line. Rutledge with the serve. Great Bridge with the return. With the spike attempt, and it's going to land out of bounds. Cosby gets the win, and they will go to the state championship game Saturday night.
Wow. That was a game. The overall set score 3-1 was really not indicative of how high adrenaline this game really was.
I can agree with you there, Taylor. I mean, both of these teams, you could just feel the intensity on the face of both sides. So Cosby advances on here for the state championship game, which will be played Saturday morning, actually, at 11 o'clock in the morning. They will face either the winner between Cox and Freeman, set to begin here in about half an hour. So a valiant effort there by the Great Bridge Wildcats, but just not enough to overcome the Cosby Titans, who really had a lot of momentum early on. They let the first set get away from them, but they came back strong and finished strong to win this match 3-1.
Yeah, they really did. They came out and dug themselves out of the early 1-0 deficit as far as the sets go. And that right there just shows why they belong. They lose one and then rattle off 3 straight set wins, and they're just showing why they are one of the top programs in the state right now. So it'll be interesting to see if they can squeak out the state title on Saturday.
Well, we'll be here all weekend, so we'll be giving you a look at all the action here on the VHSL network. Once again, our final here at the VHSL Boys Volleyball Semifinal, the Cosby Titans take this one over the Great Bridge Wildcats 3-1. And we will go ahead, step aside for a few moments, and we will be back with the second of 4 games this afternoon here on the VHSL network.